Okay, welcome to your 4.1 video cast. We are going to start talking about quotients and using multiples. Multiples, another way you might think about that is skip counting. If you look at the unlock the problem here, it says the bakery made 110 pumpkin muffins. They will be packed into boxes with 8 muffins in each box. About how many boxes will there be? And it says you can use multiples to estimate. A multiple of a number is the product of a number and a counting number. Okay, when we talk about skip counting, that's what that is speaking to, counting number. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on are counting numbers. It's asking you to estimate 110 divided by 8. Think, what number multiplied by 8 is about 110? Okay, so on this chart we have the counting number and the multiple. Okay, so here for the multiple of 8, you're going to be skip counting by 8. So they already have a few filled in for you. You're going to have to fill in the rest. So 8, and then you're going to do plus 8 is 16. 16 plus 8 is 24. 24 plus 8 is 32. 32 plus 8 is 40, so go ahead and fill that in. 40 plus 8 is 48. You can check and make sure that you did those two right, because if 48 plus 8 is 56, which it is, then you know you did it right. 56 plus 8 is 64. 64 plus 8 is 72. 72 plus 8 is 80. 80 plus 8 is 88. 96 plus 8 is 104. And 104 plus 8 is 112. If you know your multiplication facts, this is going to be quite a bit easier for you. You probably won't even have to add. You can just skip count thinking about your multiplication, your 8 times tables. Here's down step 2. It says find the multiples of 8 that 110 is between. Okay, so what two multiples is 110 in between? Well, 110 would go right here. It would go in between 104 and 112. So technically, these counting numbers are what 8 is multiplied by. Okay, so you have 8 times and then the counting number. So this would be 8 times 1. This would be 8 times 2, 8 times 3, 8 times 4, and so on. So this is technically 8 times, all the way down here is 8 times 13 is 104. And then 8 times 14 is 112. Okay, so 110 is between 104 and 112. So 110 divided by 8 is somewhere between 13 and 14. Now, which one is 110 closest to? Is it closer to 104 or is it closer to 112? Think about that for a second. Okay, 110 is actually going to be closer. It's only 2 away from 112, so it's closest to 112. So 110 divided by 8 is about 14, because 112 was 8 times 14. So there will be about 14 boxes. So is this answer exact or is it an estimate? Think in your head. Is it an exact answer or is it an estimate? If you said estimate, you're right, because we have this word about. Okay, and we know that 112 isn't exactly 110, but it's pretty close. So that is actually an estimate of the number of boxes. Okay, down here on try this, it says list the next 8 multiples of 10. Okay, so you're going to skip count by tens and list the next 8 multiples. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Is that 8? Yes. Okay. And then this time it's asking you to list the next 7 multiples of 100. So we have 100, 200, and you're going to go 7 more times. You can pause your video and do this real quick and then check and see if you were right if you want to. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Skip counting by hundreds. So 100, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900.
Okay, now we're going to try the example on page 198. In this example, they ask us to estimate 196 divided by 4. Okay. Since we know that division is the opposite of multiplication, we can go back and think what number times 4 is about 196? Or 4 times what equals 196? Finding this answer here will give me the same answer as finding 196 divided by 4 equals blank. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to list the next 6 multiples of 4, because I'm looking for a multiple times 4 that makes 196. So I have 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, and 40. At this point, I'm going to stop and I'm going to look at the 10th multiple of 4, which is 40. Is that a good estimate for my quotient of 196? Okay, I'm going to ask myself, are any of the multiples close to 196? Look at all these multiples I listed. Since none of them are, I'm going to write no. Okay, which means that this multiple, the last one I wrote, isn't close enough to be a good estimate. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to think if I multiply by multiples of 10, the products will be greater. So using multiples of 10 will get me to 196 faster. So I could keep multiplying by 4 up until I get to 196, but that would take a long time. So in order to make it go faster, I'm going to try multiples of 10. Okay, so I'm doing multiply 4 by multiples of 10. So I have 10 times 4 equals 40. Then I'm going to do 20 times 4 equals 80. And then 30 times 4 equals 120. 40 times 4 equals 160. And then 50 times 4 equals 200. I'm going to stop here because I've gone past my quotient, which was 196. So I know that my answer is somewhere between 40 times 4 and 50 times 4 because 196 is between 160 and 200. Now to determine which one is a better estimate, I'm going to go down, I'm going to think about which one's closer. So when I look up here, 50 times 4 is closest to 196. So 196 divided by 4 is about 50. Since 200 is closer to 196, closer than 160. Now you're going to complete the share and show on page 198 and 199 on your own.